Hello everyone, this is Kishore and I hope you are doing safe, fine and fantastic. So today's video I'm going to talk about how to get the interview calls faster. The reason why I wanted to do this video was because of late I used to see a lot in platforms like LinkedIn or other social media that there are a lot of people who are struggling to find a job for a longer period of time, and they are in fact admitting it in their social platforms and seeking help. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to share my experience and share some tips that would address this issue or help those people in need to some extent. Um, that's the idea behind me putting, this video. So to start with, we need to find out the reason why you are not getting a job. Realistically, the reason is that either your skill sets are not up to date as per the market standards of with respect to your profile, or you have good skill sets but unfortunately you are not able to portray that very well in your resume. So these two could be the possible reasons why someone is not getting any interview calls or not possibly landing in any job. Okay, how do we address this issue? Number one, always keep updating your skill sets. Identify areas where you need to improve yourself from a knowledge perspective, and make sure that you develop those skill sets over a period of time, and this should be a continuous and regular practice. Number two, as I said, how learning is important, the same way, updating your resume is also very important. The version of your resume should keep getting updated and should reflect the current skill sets or knowledge what you have. So these are the two things we need to do upfront. And the another key thing before even we think about interview is that preparing the best resume. So keep this in mind that your resume is the gateway for the recruiters to reach out to you. So having your resume getting shortlisted, solves 40% of the job, right? Later, clearing the interview, finding a job, that comes with experience. But most of the people struggle in that first phase itself, where they don't know how to get the interview calls, how to even create such an opportunity. So that's where this particular point of preparing the best resume is even more important. So what is the best resume as per me? So I will share some of the things which I feel would kind of put together a good resume. Okay, so your resume should be content wise stronger, right? So I always give importance to the content than having the fancy backgrounds, etc. So yes, make it attractive, make the resume look neat, but it not necessary that it should be very fancy. So make it bit attractive, eye-catching, which is good. Secondly, make sure that the content is very crisp, clear, and kind of portrays what the knowledge you have. For example, having the right keywords in your resume is very important. So if you are an automation tester, for instance, mentioning the tools like whatever be it UFT, Selenium, Postman, ALM. So these are the keywords, right? And your skill sets like test planning, test strategy preparation, etc., etc. So these are the keywords. If you are a developer, if you are a Java developer, having the things like OOPS concepts. So these are all the keywords you need to find out first and make sure that they are present in your resume. Now, so how do we find that? So one of the thing what we can do is you can always just go to the internet and search for the similar profiles uh, matching your experience. So if you are a software development lead who are into a particular technology, search for those kind of profiles. So what will happen is, one, it will give you a lot of keywords which those people in the market are using, so you can kind of understand what are all the technologies in demand. Sometimes you know the skill sets but you don't know what is the keyword to use, right? So you can grasp those things from those resumes. And secondly, in case if you are missing out or if you are not having knowledge of any of those key skills, you can identify that from the set of resumes and make sure that you can learn it as well. So it helps you in both the ways. So refer as much resumes as possible. You can have the resume reviewed with more experienced people, take their inputs, collect the keywords, and then put together a resume. So the resume should be eye-catching, and the resume should be content-wise strong. And another point is, as soon as the recruiter sees your resume, the first thing or the main thing they will do is they will go through the first page. So make sure that always you list out all your important points, skill sets, the certifications, your experience as a package. Everything in the first page itself. You can summarize everything in the first page. Then in the next pages you can kind of brief it, explaining your projects, your certification, the technologies known, etc. So in that way, if someone sees the first page itself, they would be in a position to understand what you know. So that is one important tip. And another thing is, there is a lot of competition out in the market and there are a lot of resumes people are getting to see on a daily basis. Make sure that you don't make any grammatical, meaning wise, margin, intent wise errors, right? Make sure that the resume looks clean and the language you use in the resume should be of very, very higher standard, and that should speak for yourself. Now you're done with preparing the best resume. Now the next question is how to apply, right? So there are a lot of job portals in India, especially, as most of you know, the regular ones we use are Naukri, Monster. So I'm going to suggest the same platforms. You can use Naukri, Monster, and also LinkedIn for your job search. You can have your resume uploaded in all these platforms plus any other job portals. And also, tip number one, make sure that you keep updating or uploading your resumes on a daily basis into those platforms. And especially if you are using Naukri, make sure that every day morning you update your profile. So because morning is the time the recruiters come, visit the portal, right? And then it will show that the recently updated profiles, they would also give preferences to those profiles. So that's why I'm saying, keep updating it, especially in the morning. So this is something which is a must and should. We have to do it. And okay, so if you are saying, Kishore, this is something which we are regularly doing, keeping updated and doing on a regular basis. This is something we already know. Tell me something which we don't know. If you ask something straightforward like that, I can share you something. So which is something I have shared with a lot of my friends in the past, and that has worked for most of them. So in Naukri, there is a paid package. Again, it's not an endorsement. I'm nowhere connected to Naukri, but this is something what I have noticed. So in Naukri, you have a package where you can have there are a lot of packages. I would not recommend all of them, but I personally have used something called resume display. So you can go to profile, Naukri fast forward services, under which you can find lot of packages, paid packages, out of which you can use Naukri's resume display. So what it does is, so if you are not subscribed to anything and if you are directly applying, your profile will have to get shortlisted among, let's say, close to 10 lakh profiles. Whereas if you are subscribed for resume display, your resume will be filtered from just 50,000 approximately. So there are two databases most of these search engines use across different job sites. So they work in this way. So in a paid search, the chances of you getting the interview calls is more. So for example, I'm sharing one snapshot of one of the Naukri profiles where you can see the graph, the pictorial representation of how frequently the person is getting interview calls before subscription of resume display and after subscription. So before subscription, the past 15 days there was no calls, and after subscription in the 6 months, he has got some 200 plus hits, views to the resume. So simple probability and mathematics. Let's say a person subscribes for 6-month package. So within 6 months, there are 250 views he is getting for his resume, out of which there is a 0.5 or 1% of profiles might convert into, 1% of views might convert into interview. So it means you might get some 15 to 25 interview calls within that 6 months approximately, and out of those 15 to 25 there is a very good chance that one of them would convert into a job. So this is one tried and tested method which I have used. I have kind of recommended to a lot of my friends and it worked for them as well. Okay, this is for Naukri. So Naukri, you can use the paid package, and parallelly Monster, you can use the without any subscription, and parallelly you can also use LinkedIn. So when it comes to LinkedIn, my recommendation is, as a professional, always try to be a bit active on LinkedIn. Keep your profile updated there. Have your network connected with people who are matching the skill sets of yours, right? So that if tomorrow there is an opportunity comes, you can easily get the referrals. So join in the groups like let's say software testing jobs in India, a group, be it Facebook or LinkedIn. Majorly on LinkedIn, you can join such groups. So there, why I'm recommending that is, you will get to see a lot of people who are posting their requirement, a lot of professionals, who will post their requirements, so that you can easily get the referral from there. So nowadays, most of the companies are closing their requirements, using referrals only. So getting referral is one of the another key way to get the profile shortlisted and also get the interview calls. So make sure that in LinkedIn you kind of create that network, create that group of like-minded people, so that when you have something to refer, always help people. So you help me and I help you. So as a community, we can grow together stronger. So that should be the fundamental. So that is something we can do. Join the groups and even post that you are looking out for a job and tag different groups and people. That is something I have seen, a method which is trending in LinkedIn, that you ask for a job or you seek, posting your requirement and your experience, and there are a lot of skilled people who are looking for someone like you, and there is a very good chance that you might get into a job. Okay, so talking about networking, I just conclude this final thing. In my experience, what I have seen is comparing to the people with good skill sets, I have seen the people with good networking are landing into jobs even faster. Okay, that is because they kind of getting the referrals very faster than others. So it is very important that you always have your professional network stronger, and you make sure that you are part of the professional community and groups. Stay in touch with all the people, and also mainly most importantly, when you are working in a company and if there are some openings, make sure that you refer more number of people, right? So that is something which would kind of develop your networking, and when you are in need, definitely someone will help you. So networking always works in the job market. So that is something I would highly recommend. Okay. So thanks everyone for watching, and these are the tips I just wanted to share with an intention of everyone to not to struggle and find out the jobs faster. If any such queries you have, definitely you can comment or you can message me. To the best of my knowledge and ability, I will try to help you. As I said, as a community, we will always grow stronger. Thank you.